I am surprised at how much I really like this Class C motorhome here, from the amount of storage that you get and just how well everything looks inside and out. Pretty impressed. Let's go take a look, come on. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we're here at Blue Compass RV today in Dallas, Texas, taking a look at this 2026 Thor Geneva 28 VT. And this motorhome here, like I said, is pretty dang impressive. I have just quickly gone inside and out, and I actually have a question for you guys here really quick in the beginning of this video. But before I get to that, I do want to let you know, if you're looking for your next RV, whether it's motorhomes like everything we kind of see around here, or you're looking for towable RVs, Blue Compass RVs has over 100 different stores in 33 different states. So we're all over the map to help you out with finding your next RV. And there's a link down below in the comments and description where you can find a location close to you. And then this Geneva brand is an exclusive line with Blue Compass RV, so you will only find the Geneva line within Blue Compass stores across the country. So that link is down there to help you out. Now, the question I have before we get started is, one thing that has irritated me for years now about motorhomes, because I still just haven't figured out exactly why this is, and I have no problem admitting my ignorance when it comes to this, because I am pretty certain with the knowledge of you guys watching, one of you probably has the answer to my question here, which is what I'm looking for, and I have no problem asking for advice, because you can only become a more knowledgeable and informed person if you ask questions and learn more things, and that's what I'm always having to do throughout life. Even in something where I, try to know as much as possible with these RVs, there's still things I have to learn. And one of the things with motorhomes is, how the heck does the power distribution work on this thing? I've ran into this issue many times before with motorhomes, and I have my generator plugged in to the 30 amp plug. I know for sure my generator works because I had it powering another RV this morning and there was no issue there. So I don't know what the problem is with the, I don't think the problem is the generator, but I have it plugged in here. The generator is running. There are house batteries underneath the step in this motorhome. So when I open up this door and we get inside here, you can see I really like the latch system they have on here to get to the house batteries. Really nice. Also, look at just the wiring and cables and stuff. Everything looks really good down underneath here. So you see your house battery there installed. Everything's connected correctly. Everything looks good, right? Well, the battery disconnect switch is on, so I should have power to this motorhome, and I got nothing. There's no power. I don't know why I'm not getting power. It would be great to have power because I don't like to show RVs without the lights on, and with it being hot and humid in Texas, I also like to have the air conditioner on, and I can't figure out for the life of me why there is no power running to this motorhome. And it would be easier for me if I could be like, oh, well, it's a problem with this motorhome, but it's not. I've had this issue occur many times with different Class C motorhomes, and I don't know what the problem is. There's times where I've actually gone to film Class C motorhomes, and then I've just abandoned it and went to a travel trailer or fifth wheel that I know how the power systems work on those just fine, because I just can't figure out how to get the dang lights on and get the air conditioner on. So if you can help me out with that, that would be much appreciated. That's something that I don't understand, how the power systems on these motorhomes work and why I have such a hard time getting power to these units with all the proper equipment that I should need. So if you can help me out with that, that would be awesome. Real quick, before we go inside, I do want to really emphasize this storage space out here. This is just absolutely fantastic. You have a huge Blackstone griddle cooktop. So it is a 22-inch griddle cooktop here. Look at the sliding tray that it is on, that it comes out on. Now, the only thing that I kind of wish sometimes is that it was underneath the awning, but you are a little bit off of the awning there. Now, that sometimes could even play to your advantage a little bit, because I do know there's times where I'm at a campground where, depending on the direction of the sun and how my camper is oriented, like right now, actually, if you put this awning out, that awning is going to shade areas even that are in front of the awning. So if you have the sun on the other side of the awning shining down this direction, you actually might be in the shade right here where this griddle cooktop is. It's all just going to depend on the sun's orientation. I know there was a place where we were camping in Utah where that was definitely the case. If I had this camper or this motorhome parked this direction, the sun was rising over here and then coming through the sky like this, there's a good portion of the day where that griddle actually probably would have been in the shade with that awning out. So that's kind of nice to know that there's a possibility that that could happen still. But huge griddle cooktop. It's on this Moride sliding tray. You do have a little bit of storage space back behind here as well. And then just check out how extensive this storage is and how well thought out it is. First of all, it is a massive space down underneath here. You have storage that goes down under this area. This is all like composite materials here. And then you have these individual areas for additional storage where they also have drain plugs in them. So if you had any liquids or anything like that, they will drain out. So you have storage down under there. You have a big round storage area right here. And then you have a picnic table that it will come with. So you can see that table right here. And then you have more storage down underneath the table area right there. So really, really impressed with that already. That is something that is just fantastic. Slide topper installed on top of the slide out. And then we have a towing hitch off the back because a lot of people do like to tow trailers or different vehicles behind their motorhome, especially vehicles, because if you think about it, when you get to your campsite, if you've never like considered this before, thought about this, you probably don't want to drive this thing around to all the locations you want to explore when you get to the destination you're traveling to. So a lot of people will tow a vehicle behind their motorhome so that when they get to their destination, they can leave the RV at their campsite and then take their vehicle with them to go do what they want to do. Or you might take a trailer and have a motorcycle in the trailer, things like that. That's also an option as well, because this is a hitch here that is rated for 8,000 pounds with a 500-pound tongue weight, it looks like on there. So that's what you're looking at with that. As we come back around this way, let's go ahead and hop inside. So we hop inside here. Oh, also outdoor TV right there underneath the awning. So a 32-inch screen smart TV there, and that is a 12-volt TV, so it will run off the battery system. And then as we come inside here, again, unfortunately, there's no lights on, but I wasn't hesitant to film this RV for you guys with no lights on because look at how bright it is inside of here. Even without the lights, it really presents well, better than almost any other camper that I've been in without the lights on. So I really do like the look and feel in here without the lights, which is nice. Now, in this Thor Geneva, it is on a more standard Ford chassis here. So this is the F450 chassis. In fact, we can go ahead and look at this sheet here. Don't look at the price here because that's just the MSRP, which really doesn't mean anything. I want to make sure. I saw something on here I wanted to point out, and now I think I might have just forgot about it. But you're getting a chance to read that if you want to pause the video. Oh yeah, there we go. So it is on the E450 chassis. Dang, I can't really remember what I wanted to point out. But we'll talk about these things as we go through it. But this is a more on the budget side of Class C motorhomes, so you do get more of like a standard interior package here where you just have cloth seats and stuff like that. Now I am curious. So sitting here, I will say I really don't have a problem with the cloth seats. I don't think it looks that pretty, but it's also not going to really show like getting dirty all that much, I wouldn't think, because of the color. And in terms of comfort, I could sit here and drive this quite a ways. I don't feel like there's a lack of comfort with these cloth seats, which I really like. So your steering wheel here, you have your cruise control and stuff like that. I would imagine it's not going to have like an adaptive cruise control on this motorhome, but it does have a standard cruise control. As we step back, and we'll kind of look at that as we go to the front of the cab too, see if we see any sensors up front or anything like that. But you have your digital display right here for the motorhome, standard mirror there. And as we take a step back, this console here can be removed if you want more leg room and stuff like that, so that is an option. And then these seats will not swivel around, so they're going to stay set in place. Now keep in mind, when you push the slide out closed, you are going to be sitting a little close to the steering wheel here because of how the slide out comes in. You can see you're going to be a little restricted there with how you can move the seat back. So if you are a taller guy, I would say anything over like probably 6'2", you probably want to come and test drive these for sure to make sure it's something that you're going to be comfortable driving for a long period of time, because you are going to be a little bit tight in that space potentially. Have your bunk area up over the driver's cab. So we have a nice large size bunk space, and you can see back behind here, got some cup holders there, a little bit of shelf space here as well. And then this is rated for 800 pounds, so you can easily sleep 2 adults in that space, and it will come with a ladder to get up there. Now you have this cushion that drops right here, so you have that headroom when you want it to get in and out of this space. You'll also have privacy curtains that will block off this area so that you get that privacy when you're at your campsite. You have USB ports right here, type A and type C. And then as we take a step back and start looking through the rest of this space, I wish I could close the slide out for you, but I have this power issue that I can't get sorted out. So as I turn around here, you can see when this slide closes, the slide out box is all the way from here to here. So when the slide comes in, you're gonna have this walk space that goes through this area, and it'll kind of take a little break right and go back to the bedroom. You have your sofa here with seat belts in this area, window there, and this is directly across from your TV. So you have another TV right there. That looks like, it doesn't show the size on here, but that looks like that's like a 40-inch screen TV. Or is it a 32? Maybe it's just a 32. I always get my TV sizes mixed up. It's so hard to tell. But nonetheless, it's directly across from your sofa right here. Sofa's not bad. It's not like the most premium, most comfortable furniture ever because it is a jackknife sofa. You do have all the storage space underneath there because of that, which is great. And then this is going to allow that to lay flat. So you do get a flat surface there when needed. Gosh, and I wish I could close the slide because it does look like with the slide closed, you could keep this in the down position. It's probably just going to block this walkway here. But if you did want to put it down for any circumstance while you're traveling down the road, I do believe you would be able to do that. Oh man, this might be a two-hand operation. Let's set the camera down real quick. Yeah, two-hand operation to get that back into position there. Got your cup holders here. And then you have your dining table. It is a legless dining table. There is a little bit of a lip here to get up into that space. But you can see a legless dining table. This can also drop down and make this into a flat surface all the way across if you want to make that into a bed. Got your storage through here. It does have like a solid wood drawer construction through here with staples to hold that all in place. But that looks pretty good. Doesn't look bad in terms of, you know, the quality and construction and whatnot. Got your outlets underneath here. This is a wrapped kind of tabletop material, so it's not like a solid surface tabletop, it's a wrapped tabletop. Wireless charging pad, and you do have USB type A and type C ports in that little wireless charging pad as well. Cup holders here, windows on both sides. You do have MCD pull down blackout roller shades on the windows that match kind of the interior decor color, so like that. So we keep coming back this way. You have a big mirror right here, kind of interesting. I think it just makes the space look a little bit bigger, but you basically can just see how you look as you're stepping out your motorhome. Got big storage up above here. Those struts hold the cabinet doors open, and then when we look at the cabinet doors, these are a wrapped cabinet door material. So all the color and decor that you see, that's a wrapped material on there. It's not like a solid stained hardwood on those. Do you have a privacy shade for the bunk up over the top, air conditioner here in this space of one single AC for the motorhome. And as we keep coming along this way, we got our kitchen space, again, wrapped countertop material. If it sounds like I'm going fast and I'm a little rushed, it is unbelievably hot in here. I am starting to sweat profusely. So this is why I like to be able to get the ACs on, because it keeps me more comfortable so I can go at a more moderate pace. But I do feel like I need to kind of pick up the pace here because it's starting to get very uncomfortable in this motorhome. So bear with me as we might experience a little faster pace here. And as I wipe my face of all the sweat. But anyways, as we continue, open up these drawers here. You got a couple drawers there. Soft close on those. No soft close on the cabinet doors, so those are just going to be standard. Got a pretty dang good sized sink. It's not like the same size as you might find in a lot of towable RVs and even some other motorhomes. Like, it has good depth, but it's a little bit narrower, so it's not quite as wide as some other sinks, but kind of what you're left to work with in this countertop space. That's maybe the biggest critique of this particular model, is there's not a lot of countertop space, but there are a lot of aspects about this motorhome that I do really like. One of them being that you have a true like north to south facing bed in the back that is really going to be nice and convenient, making the bed in the morning a little bit easier, room to walk around the bed possibly a little bit easier, stuff like that. Standard RV size microwave, nothing really crazy about that. We got some storage up above here. You can see your shelving and what that space looks like. Magnet latches to hold those doors shut. Got a smaller vent fan up over the kitchen. You also have a fan here over your cooktop surface. Have a contour oven. It's going to be your smallest size oven that you're going to find in a RV, but that does give you the bigger storage down underneath it. Under your sink, got some storage space down through here. Looks like I don't see any individual shutoff valves on the water lines, so no individual shutoff valves there. Trying to look on the screen of the camera to see if there's anything that I can identify. It doesn't look like there's any individual shutoff valves, but You guys let me know, but I'm not seeing any like glaring red flags on this motorhome. Everything is looking pretty dang good. Light switches up underneath here. Got your outlets and USB ports there on that pop-up wireless charging pad there. And where's the outlets? Ooh, I guess that's just it. So just the outlet tower for your outlets in this kitchen space. Keep coming back this way. We have our bathroom, refrigerator, and freezer. Looks like these open up this one way here. It's a contour refrigerator and freezer. Got that there. See, it is a 12-volt refrigerator. And I guess it is off-grid and boondocking approved. Keep in mind these motorhomes will come with a generator as well that will run the entire motorhome. Now we have a all-in-one bathroom space here. So you can see we have a porcelain foot flush toilet up on a little bit of a ledge there. Let's see how this, kind of works with sitting. Get the camera up a little bit. I can tell you for me, this feels pretty appropriate. I would imagine if you're under 5'8", you might end up putting your feet up on the ledge like this. Get kind of like that squatty potty action. Because my feet definitely already kind of feel the need to maybe go up on that ledge. So I always think it's funny when they work in these little ledges with the toilets, because it does feel like it's just kind of giving you a built-in little squatty potty, which is kind of neat. We have liquefied here. This is a black tank treatment that you can get for your RV. Make sure that everything that goes in and out of your toilet stays fresh and breaks down properly, keeps your black tank fresh. You can find it in the pod formula, liquid formula, and powder formula at Blue Compass RV stores across the country, as well as Amazon and Walmart. Got your shower here. So shower ceiling height is really good as well. I'm going to step up in here because you do have the step up into the shower, as you can see right there. So as I get behind the camera here, oh yeah, that's fantastic. Look at that, y'all. With the, oh my gosh, that skylight is huge. With the skylight, gosh, you could probably be like 7 feet tall. Without it, it's probably like 6'4" maybe. I do have to duck a little bit to get under the shower head, and I do look over the shower curtain, but that's fine. It is like this kind of radius shower curtain right here, so you get a little bit more shoulder space, and it is like a soft, flexible material there. Kind of has like a rubber-like feel. Spot for your toilet paper here. Got your medicine cabinet. Big storage there. Another small vent fan here in the bathroom. And then your storage underneath the sink. Then we go back to the bed area, and as we come back through here, love the true north to south facing bed. Really nice arrangement with this. We have a curtain right here. As you can see right there, it will be like an accordion style curtain that will come across for your privacy. So not like a true hard door for the privacy back into this room, but that curtain. You do have a step up into this bed area. So you have a step there. You can see the safety light that is on this space. And then you have a decent amount of space to move around here. Now this looks like a shorter queen size bed. Let's see here. Oh no, this actually might be a true residential queen. My feet are not hanging off the edge of the bed. I try to keep my shoes off the bed, but my feet are not hanging off the bed here. So hopefully we were able to see in the floor plan layout and the specs what the actual size of this bed is, but it seems like it's pretty dang good. And I just ran back to my car real quick to get my phone to check. It is a 60 by 74 inch mattress, so not a true residential queen on here. Kind of restricted on the length there, trying to keep everything where it ought to be. Now this looks like it's likely a freshwater tank down underneath here. You can see some of your, looks like that is your water pump right there. Some of your water lines underneath here. Very easy to access spot for all this stuff. So you have all that there underneath the bed, just kind of seeing everything that you're working with. Not a whole lot of storage space, obviously, with that. Again, pull down blackout shades, big windows on both sides of your motorhome. You also have these felt pads on both sides of this curtain so that they don't make a lot of noise as you're going up and down the road, as they have a tendency to want to bang on the wall. Then you have almost like a full body mirror right here. Megan would definitely appreciate that. Wish she was here with me, but she is a full-time employee right now, so she is not able to join me for stuff like this quite yet. Nice big storage space here. This actually has a lot of depth right here to it, so really like that. You can see the retractable ladder you have to get up onto the bed. And then You have 2 drawers right here. Soft close on the drawers. Very nice. Got your storage space up through here as well. Also, you get the ability to sit flat up against the wall there, which is really nice. This does have a padded headboard on it. So, and it is a flat wall, so you can sit flat against that, and you have a spot to put a TV on the wall right here if you would like. You have a vent over this area, but no fan, and then you have your big window on that side as well. So lots of natural light that can come into this space. On this side of the bed, that's where you have your bedside table. Got your little storage drawer there. And then you have outlets, USB ports, and power supply there. Another spot to hang clothes. And then ceiling height is a little bit more condensed in here. You can see where I'm standing. I'm with my shoes on closer to about 6'2", 6'3" right now. And this is probably about 6'4" before you're gonna start feeling the need to like just crawl into bed and not be able to like stand up completely straight in here. But that's pretty much everything on the inside. So curious your thoughts on what you think about the inside of this motorhome. Let's go and just double check everything on the outside, and then I'll find you all a price on this thing too. So you have your TV outside, big windows, awning, LED light strip underneath the awning there, so it will be able to shine into your campsite whether your awning is open or closed. This right here looks like it's just a storage area. Yeah, and these are all like gonna be composite storage bins down underneath there. As we go up this way, these are gonna be manual mirrors, so doesn't look like these are powered from what I can tell. I'll look in the driver's side door and see anything different there in regards to that. The E450 chassis, it's a pretty decent looking front cap area here. It's pretty generic for a Class C motorhome, you know, nothing really too crazy or anything like that. Looks like we have on your tires there a hand-cooked tire, and it is a 225/75 R16 tire on that. Does have this smooth ride suspension system on it, so it is trying to give you some sort of elevated suspension to give this thing a smoother ride on there. Slide topper on top of the slide out. You got a little storage space down underneath here. 4,000 watt awning, or not awning, wow, oh my gosh, thinking too many words at the same time. 4,000 watt generator down underneath here. I just realized I forgot to turn off this generator here, so we'll let that die. That's been running the whole time I've been in there for no point whatsoever. Got a tankless water heater here. Your dump valve areas here for your water tanks. So you can see down underneath here. They do have 12 volt heat pads on the water tanks. So they are exposed water tanks, but there are 12 volt heat pads on them. So you can see what that looks like there. And as we come down this way, again, just your storage space. Let's get up on the roof real quick, because the roof is another area where I will say there have been times in the past I've been on top of the Thor Geneva motorhomes and I was less than impressed with the seal jobs that were done on these. This looks really good. Just looking at the seals and seams up here, this is something you should check on any RV that you are considering purchasing. New, used, it doesn't matter. And it's something you should check as often as you possibly can. But coming up through this area, this is something where, you know, every single individual motorhome can be different. But this one I'm looking at, I mean, all the seals and seams up here look pretty dang good. I actually don't see anywhere that I could even critique on this. So that is a big improvement. The last time I got on top of a Thor Geneva motorhome, it did not look nearly as good as this does. So I'm really, really impressed with that. Looks like we got a nice, good textured roof membrane there. And then this looks like it's probably a 100 watt solar panel, or is it 200? Yeah, a 100 watt solar panel on that. So you do have solar up here on the roof as well. So listen, I'm an RV owner. My parents have owned RVs for the past 20 years. I understand there is no such thing as a perfect RV or an RV that is going to give you zero problems. That being said, this motorhome here, I really do feel pretty dang confident about and feel that it is presenting really well. I can't really find much that I'm, you know, less than thrilled about. Just so you know too, there is a backup camera up here that I didn't point out. Just looks good. It just looks good. I don't know what else to say. I really feel like it is looking like a pretty dang good motorhome. And sometimes I just hear a lot of, you know, negative talk about Thor in general, which is, you know, completely understandable and many times, you know, rightfully deserved. But this here, I do feel like whoever made this particular motorhome, it looks really well done. And I am really pleased with what I'm seeing. Obviously, I'm curious your thoughts, so let me know what you think down below in the comments. Let me find a price for you real quick, and we'll get you on your way. It's like they have these starting at $104,995. So again, curious your thoughts. Let me know what you think down below in the comments of this video. And that's all I got for y'all. Appreciate you watching. If you're looking for your next RV, there's a link down below in the comments and description where you can find a dealership close to you with Blue Compass RV. And until next time, live firmly unbound.